What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. My Hero Season 7, Episode 11, I think. One of the, I don't know if I'd say full episode from start to finish. But as far as My Hero Academia moments go, ranking like some of the top moments across all 7 seasons, in my opinion, because I'm a big Endeavors fan, other people might feel differently, so maybe it's not a big moment to them. That's got to be a top 10 moment, right? Maybe top 5 if you really sit down and like break down all the moments from like, you know, a couple of like the 2 main All Might fights that we've seen on screen, like Midoriya versus Todoroki, Midoriya versus Bakugo. Maybe throw a Muscular in there. Shit, I would say maybe even the Todoroki versus Dabi. But it's up there. That Endeavor versus All for One moment was pretty it's pretty insane to see. Now it seems to be All for Naught. My understanding of it was, because I was, you watch, like, I enjoy watching other reactors too. Looks like there was a lot of us that were just kind of confused, like, what is really going on? So I'm assuming he got his hands on those bullets that Overhaul had produced and somehow was able, well, I guess if her quirk's in there, that's all he needs. It's just a little piece of it. Regardless, it looks like he's extracted or somehow found a way to take that. But what's wild is, so he made a copy of it, because usually he takes the quirk, but Aerie still has her quirk. So he copied her quirk out of that with, I don't know. Regardless, her quirk was in the bullets. He now has access to it. I'm assuming it's and that's the thing again. Is it a one-time thing, or can he keep rewinding? I don't know, because again, hers is like a stockpile thing, like an All Might thing, to the fact that like even if our man over here was to steal the quirk, there would be nothing to steal because he can't stockpile what's been stockpiled. So same thing with Aerie that he's taken. Was it taken at a certain level and then he can't reach that level again because he can't restock it to rewind it? I don't know. I would hope that it's a one-time use, because if it's not, yeah. If it's not, good luck, because to deal with that and the Shigaraki phenomenon going on the other side, it just seems busted. Now, there's a lot of specifics that go into this as well, as far as, okay, it's clearly rewinding him to a state, and then how does he decide? There's a whole lot of specific questions on it, actually, of like, how convenient is it that it's rewinding him to the time where he had eyes and a working, like, breathing respiratory system and ears? Because we've seen him without a face the whole time we've ever seen him in all 7 seasons. He's never had a face. But we saw, like, ears and eyes and things sprouting. What are the like, how do you get to determine how far that rewinds you? Why didn't it just rewind him to the point before he just got his ass burned to a crisp? Or maybe why didn't it rewind him to the point, like, right before All Might defeated him the second time? Like, I don't know how you determine where it rewinds you to. Regardless, it looks like it's rewinding him to a point that was at least pre-All Might first fight. Now, as far as the quirks that he has in his system, is it also going to rewind to the quirks that he had in his possession at that time? But what if he's given those quirks away? Does he still get access to those quirks? There's a lot of specifics on that shit. As far as like what he has access to, what if he gave those away? Does he still get, I don't know, there's a lot of specifics on that. Who knows the answers to it? Regardless, I think this is going to get bad. I was hoping that Endeavor would get that moment. Because again, he's been given the #1 hero title. He didn't get it. Just kind of given it by default because he was never voted president. He just happened to be put president because the president in front of him got taken out. I really wanted to see him get that moment, and he still can. I mean, he's not dead, but he's got maybe one good prominence burn in him, and we don't even know what, because they established that, oh, this All for One doesn't have a regen quirk. We established that, or they somehow got that information. You don't know what he has on him now. What if he does? So how do you get past it? I mean, Hawks is close to no use. The kids, like, yeah, it was a nice little effort, but they need to like remove themselves. and Endeavor has a massive open wound on his side, and he's missing an arm. Which I guess the arm part isn't so bad, because the way that he can maybe cinch it closed with the heat, but it's like, this is a lot, so we'll see. And then the Bakugo discussion of like, I get he might not be useless, like he might have a little bit of part to play, like, oh man, he saved us there with doing that move, and oh man, Bakugo, way to go. But like, I mean useless in the fact that like, the way certain characters start out in a story, it's very Naruto vibes of like, oh, in the beginning it was like, it was Rock Lee, it was Gaara, it was Neji, it was Sasuke. It's like, oh wow, they're all equal power level, like this is gonna be crazy, this is insane, like who really is strong? And then as the story goes, those characters just get like left by the wayside. And I feel like that's what's happened to Bakugo, really, truly. Even Todoroki, but the way that Todoroki feels a little bit more, I guess, plugged into the story because of the Dabi storyline. It gave, in my opinion, Todoroki purpose that he had to deal with that storyline. I don't see Bakugo doing anything that isn't there just to support Midoriya, you know? So, yeah. I mean, his character's there. I kind of feel like if you're a Bakugo fan, I wonder what you feel like with his character, just kind of how it's... Again, I mean, they shit on him over here again, like, Shigaraki saying, I'm not interested in you. Like, there's just no... And, like, maybe he'll go further beyond and has one good move in him before it's all over, but, like, what is he really going to do? So, that's where that is. We'll see what this nonsense turns into here with all for one. Is it on the table that Endeavor could die here? Is that an option? Hope not. I mean, they don't, let's be honest, they don't really how many people have actually died in this story? Night Eye. Is that it? In Midnight? Yeah, they ain't really about that killing off people life either. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. And I told it was an animation error, or they don't. A lot of people were saying they don't know why they gave Shigaraki what looked to be like a reflection barrier quirk when Bakugo gave him that blast. They animated something there purposefully. Supposedly, I had a lot of people telling me the manga didn't have that kind of that shockwave look. I don't know why they gave it to him here. Couldn't tell you. Who's he talking to? Love it. Love it. Now, he's one of my top favorite characters. Do those two seem so useless? I feel like the big three was built up to be this thing. But it's like, what does that girl and that guy really actually do? I don't know. Like, we've seen... Yikes. We've seen Mirio, like, throw hands with Overhaul and shit. Like, we've seen him. What do those two actually do? I don't know. Now, what he can do here, though, like, I'm a massive Mirio fan. But even I'm like, what is he gonna do here? Maybe he could do a little something. Maybe this is their moment. This is the big three's moment here. They're gonna give him a moment here. Uh-oh. This might be their last screen time moment. Again, I don't think they die. But this may be their last moments here of like getting a moment on screen. Oh, he's camouflaged. He's camouflaged. He's camouflaged. Is he really in... Oh, he's really putting a toxin into him. Oh, shit. Does he just regen it? Or... Wow. Wow. Wow, that's convenient. That's pretty crazy. I actually liked that there. I was like, holy shit, that could be... And then it wasn't. Shit you love to see. Amazing. Alright, get Bakugo. See ya, buddy. Get him off to the side. Get him out the way. Alright, let's see what we can do. Oh, it's going right through him. So great. So great. Oh, so he intercepts anybody that would be getting close. I'm curious what kind of moment they give him here. He's gotten like 2 big moments, like showing up when we thought his quirk was erased, and then what he got against Overhaul. I'm curious what he gets here. Correct, he didn't have any friends. Yeah, you're speaking directly to his pain. Again, it seems a little too good to be true that he's just going to phase his way through him. But maybe. Because again, this isn't his fight. This isn't Mirio's fight to win, sadly. Yeah, so he's just literally has to buy time. This is just like the overall thing all over again. He's just literally buying time. Why are we crying? Crying over pain? Crying over lack of power? Crying over just the whole situation? Yeah. Yeah. What does even Midoriya do, to be honest? Like, what quirks does he have in his bag that's kind of going to deal with this kind of like crazy adaptation shit Shigaraki's got going on? He's reading it. He's reading it. He's beginning to believe. I see. But what the hell? They had like sparked. Was the sparks coming off his dripping sweat? All right, let's see what we get here. Let's talk to him, man. Talk to him. Talk to him. True, he doesn't have anything to protect. Man's really hitting him in the feels here. Uh-oh, he's speaking to the kid. Uh-oh. Bring him down with the words, man. Talk no jutsu his ass. Get him. Okay, the Shigaraki is coming out right now. The Shigaraki is coming out. Like the kid, like the deep, deep down Shigaraki is coming out right now. Mentally not stable. Yes, you touched a sensitive topic. Do it again. He said, I better not do it again. No, no, no. Keep poking the bear. Like, I don't even think, like, we talk about her light power before, and I've brought this up before. Does her shit have any juice behind it? It never looks like it's very destructive. So Shigaraki is fully 100% cooked, right? He's fully come out of the oven. There's no like, oh, they pulled him out at like 90, 98%. He's fully, like, the physical transform has fully happened, right? It's done, or what? I'm assuming it is. Yeah, that was the kid. That wasn't even Shigaraki. That was real identity there. Uh-oh. What's happening here? It's interesting, too, because they put, like, they give those fingers and everything, like, a 3D effect on top of... Mirror, just don't die on me. He did succeed in getting Bakugo away. He just doesn't have any. He doesn't have any power behind his shit. That was the problem. I don't know where the power's gonna come from. Oh, Tamaki's the secret weapon here. I like that poison move. I thought that was damn good, but oh shit, he was trying to choke his ass out with that cape. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, where's Tentacle Boy at? She might... I mean, she might... Oh, wow. And you give her the classic death setup? A flashback right when she could die? She doesn't know that, but that's the classic recipe for you're done. I do like her aesthetic and her look, though. The color palette that they have on her with the hair color and everything is great. I just really never knew, like, her quirk to really have juice. Just never thought her quirk really had, like, power behind it. But again, I guess if some of these people did have, like, punching power behind their quirks, they would almost all be superheroes, I guess. You know, because some of them have amazing quirks, but, like, they're very situational. Very, like, you're gonna need characters around you to help. Because you don't possess something, whether it's you lack the speed, whether it's you lack the power, whether it's you lack the durability. You know, you get sidekicks and things around you to help supplement those. But I feel like her, like, light and lasers was never power. But is she gonna get taken out here? And they're playing the triumphant, sad music at the same time? Or, instead of dying, does she just go further beyond here? She might go further beyond. She might hit a plus ultra. And, like, just quirk evolves mid-fight because of trauma. Because the way they were setting that up, she was getting severely overwhelmed right there. She's holding off so many of those tentacles. Okay, we're gonna get to see what he's got. Oh, he's going with the super duper Pokemon evolution. Bro's putting everything he's ever transformed into like one kaiju QB beast bomb here. Man went to a buffet before this. Yeah, they need something that just could go insane, and Mirio and the girl don't possess that. Now what he could do here, we'll see. I don't know what he... we'll see. Because the same argument's made with Mirio is like, it's not Tamaki's fight to win. But again, I feel like the main purpose here is just stall till Midoriya gets here. So can he get something that'll at least put Shigaraki on his ass for a little bit? Or at least, like, stun him for a while that they can, like, try to regroup for a second? I thought they were about to kill her. Oh, man. There's at least... Spirit Gun. If he, like, slaps this away, that'd be so disheartening. Bro, look at that cannon. Oh, bitch. Now, I'm curious what all... Oh, Mirio on his ass. The phasing... guys, we need to keep him in here. Well, that broke the barrier. Hopefully, for plot purposes, Midoriya shows up. Can we talk about... So where did the light part of that explosion come from? Because we know it's animal... bitch. Genus got him out the way. We know it's animal-based. Like, the things he eats, he can turn into. At least that's my understanding. So where did the, like, Final Flash come from? Absolutely not. Golden Age All Might would not have died from something like that. Man would have air palmed them out of the way, to be honest. Uh-oh. Bakugo goes up. You got something for us, man? Hey, all this is stalling time, so this is great. But now I'm starting to think, like, what does it that Midoriya does about this? Maybe he's got some perfect harmony of all the vestiges inside of him, and we're going to see some crazy quirk combinations. The sparkle effects they're putting on him are crazy. Oh. Okay. Man with the speed. Yep. He was reading it. It's a very, like, Vegeta versus Jiren moment of, like, you know he's not strong enough, but he's tactical enough, and he read the movements, so he knows the pattern. He's not stronger than Jiren. Clearly, he doesn't possess the power to do so. But I'm a better fighter, and I just read it. Okay, so we just went further beyond. Oh, convenient. Plot convenient. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's with the sparkle effect. Oh, so he's like got some juice. Is he the fastest thing we've got going right now? Like, of anybody that we have? I'm trying to think who else, because Hawks is in it. Maybe Sue? But he might be at this point. Edge shot. Yo, the effect and the animation right there look insane. Stall time, man. Just keep stalling, keep stalling, keep stalling. That's one of the other vestiges that pressed him in the past, huh? That was the one that didn't want to accept Midori in the beginning. When they were in the other realm. I think he was one of the two. The red-haired kid. Can he see that? Whoa. Maybe it's happening in his head. Eh? Oh shit. Will you sign this for me? Yep. Is this happening in his head? I don't even know what I'm looking at right there. Okay, so we're all on him. What? I gotta go back and look at that still frame. Volunteer weather watchers, local weather pollution, sudden change in temperature around. Okay. At a sudden rise in temperature that is causing uncertain weather conditions. This is now, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he was just reading movements. Edge Shot and Genus are the only two up. I don't believe it. My hero ain't going that route. I'll put my life savings on it as of July 20th at 2:29 p.m. that man is not dead. I don't know what they do to say that he's not, but I will. Anybody want to? Well, of course, if you're a manga reader, because the story's done, or I think I saw that like the main fighting of it all is done, kind of like with Naruto, and then they kind of had him, you know, spoilers, you know, getting married and stuff at the end for a couple more episodes and chapters and stuff after that. I'm pretty sure that's the same thing with My Hero right now. Like they've got what, a handful of chapters left, but like the main story of it all, this conflict has been resolved. So if you're a manga reader, you probably already know Bakugo's fate, but I will stake any amount to anybody that's not a manga reader that this man is not dead. Just gonna put that out there. I just don't believe that My Hero pulls that trigger, period. I don't think anybody of like any of the main group, I would say, is really gonna. The only one I could actually seeing dying is All Might, just because he's kind of been like spiraling that as far as like as we've seen him go, just gets like weaker and worse and like in a worse state. Maybe he puts himself out there for some reason, who knows. That's really about it. I don't see any of the kids dying, any of the main kids. Now if it's a random class 1B kid that maybe we've seen on screen for half of an episode, or somebody in a support class, sure, then but I don't see any of those big three dying. I don't see anybody in 1A dying, point blank period. Todoroki, Bakugo, Midoriya, none of it. So yeah, they're not even gonna get me, because that's one thing I hate in any form of anime or manga is like death fake outs. The most recent being, I'm trying to think, what was the most recent egregious one? Demon Slayer, spoilers, that Nezuko shit, that shit boils my blood. I don't know if it's like the grumpy old man in me, but I hate death fake outs. So I don't think he's dead. I'm curious like how long they drag this out of him like being dead. They're saying his heart is stopped, and they showed imagery of like his heart stopping, and then they show that it's gonna rain, and they cut to his mother saying how much he hates rain, and like they're trying to set up, but okay, so we'll just get that out the way. He's not dead, number one. Number two, I wanted to go back and look at that shot. Gotta kind of do it quickly because I took the image off. I took the watermark off. I wanted to go back and look when they all like surrounded him. It was kind of hard to tell like who was doing what there. Okay, here we go. So Mirio's here at the bottom. I can't tell if like who was going to attack and who was going to like pull Bakugo out the way. So they're all in here. Edge Shot, I think, is in here. I can't tell if that's Edge Shot or not. But Mirko, the big three, and Bakugo are in there. And so can someone give me a baseline explanation on what it is exactly that his quirk was just able to do to boost him up speed-wise? Is it just starting to create things around him that he can control off rip? So he can just kind of like explode the area around him and kind of propel himself, or what? And I'm pretty sure this is the guy here. This guy with the red hair here. This looks like a younger All For One fighting one of the past vestiges, and that looks like the one with the red hair. And wasn't one of the ones with the red hair one of the ones that like didn't want to fuck with Midoriya to begin with? I think. That's what I think that interaction is. But they hit some crazy shit. Like, this is a crazy shot here with him on the ground at the end. This shot here, they were going crazy with that animation and the art and animation. And then I want to go back to Homeboy here with his animalistic spirit gun he's got going on here. I'm trying to figure out, so where's the juice coming from? Like the actual like light. Did he absorb a little bit of her light? But then the only reason, if that is the explanation, like where the blast came from, my question would be like, I thought he only absorbed like, you know, things that he eats, you know, lets him turn into it. So how does he then get the light to then shoot the spirit gun? Absolutely no idea. But the more and more this goes, I'm starting to look at it like, what does Midoriya have in his kit that like actually deals with this? What does he have? 9 other quirks? Well, he doesn't possess one. And then the All for One quirk itself. So how many? So what is there? 7? He's got the danger. Bro, throw danger sense out. That shit might as well be useless, okay? Get danger sense out of my way. As many times as I've seen people try to explain like why danger sense didn't go off, and well, it's because screw danger sense, bro. Fuck it. Doesn't he have like a mist one. He's got the black whip. Well, he has access to his full cowling, which I think that's just more training. I don't think that's anybody else's quirk that's been given to him. I forget what Tomura's quirk is. And there's still a couple other that he hasn't really gotten down yet. Oh, and then he has the kind of like the friction one where he kind of like builds up juice. I guess if he full cowling frictions up, and maybe there's one other 2. Or then aren't one of the quirks float? Doesn't he float with one of the other ones? I'm just trying to think of like just the scale that Shigaraki is turned into, and he's like constantly adapting. Where's the juice? Where's the oomph? That's what we lack, let alone speed. But I feel like Mirko and Edgeshot have some pretty good speed. It's just they don't have the power to deal with all this mass. Midoriya is gonna have the speed. It's just, do you have the power? Well, you need that like all might power output, or you need something on a Dabi or Endeavor or Todoroki level that's as an area of effect, like serious burn damage or electricity damage or some type of Delaware smash punching power. Like, we need that juice. And I'm trying to think if Midoriya is going to be able to produce that juice. He should. I mean, whether it's enough or not, he's going to be the only one that's going to have a chance to do it. So again, and I'm very curious if like he's going to get to a point where like he even takes the vestiges quirks like to another level, which I could see happening, because the same way we kind of see Shigaraki like adapting, turning into this like quirk singularity that's just constantly growing and is just uncontrolled. I could see Midoriya somehow getting the other quirks down so much that then he gets pushed to a point to where he evolves the quirks that were given to him even further than what the users had at their peak. I could see that, and then who knows what he can turn those into. So we'll see. Don't fret, Bakugo fans. If you're an anime only, I do not believe that that man is dead. So I'm curious how long they want to play this charade. I just don't. They've never done that, My Hero, and it's one of those things of, now if Midoriya was to show up at the very start of next episode, sure. It's also the way it's set up. Like, they didn't give us any crazy flashbacks or anything like that. And then also, he doesn't go down, this man here, unless it's in front of Midoriya, in my opinion, if he was to actually die. But I stake my money on it, stake the channel on it, stake whatever you want. He's not dead. He's not dead, so it'll be fine. Hopefully they don't drag it out, and he gets his ass back into the fight, and we we go from there. It was good to see Mirio on screen for a bit. Again, I don't know how much longer they can keep this distraction up for Midoriya to get here, but they're acting like Goku or like Prime All Might or Superman showing up. I'm still questioning like what it is that he's going. Like, I mean, he has the best chance of anybody showing up, and I'm sure they have a plan intact with his quirk set. But it's not like he just shows up and the fight's over. Like, this is going to take some work, so we'll see. We'll go ahead and leave it there and see. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and as always,